Welcome to Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I have here the head of global marketing from Bristlecone, Giselle Lopes. Giselle.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure. I would love to hear more about what you were sharing with me earlier, which has to do with how in Bristlecone the company is in a supply chain industry. You're enabling companies to transform supply chain to be a lot more efficient. And in a way, you're doing system integration and consultancy for these companies, right? And one of the things that I want to learn more about is this concept of anti-fragility. Can you talk about that, the 5 stages, and what that is all about?
Yes, so anti-fragility is how we sense and help companies to mature.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 stages of maturity,
Mm-hmm.
and we check the health of the company and how they're going to thrive under chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So if they some nature event is to happen, flood or earthquake, and how they can capitalize on that, how can react and be agile and capitalize.
I see, because let's say in the supply chain, there's a lot of logistics involved, materials being on time and cost.
Yeah, and you got to think about the customer, right? How the customer, that will affect the customer. Because bottom line, you have everything, you need to be transparent, but at the end, people is what matters.
Okay.
So the customer experience.
Right. So you work with people like Unilever or Toshiba, Hitachi.
Yeah, all those big companies.
The big companies, right.
Big names, yes.
Okay. So there are 5 stages of the maturity, right? So a company can, at the beginning, be a fragile stage.
Fragile, reactive.
Then your reactive stage.
Then robust. Resilient. And finally anti-fragile.
Okay, so you're strengthening from fragile to anti-fragile. Okay, yes. So your company helps them to go through that.
Yes, and we test those companies and we determine which stage they're at.
Okay.
And we help those companies
to move to the
next stage and to thrive under chaos.
Okay, that's what the consultancy comes in and helps.
And helps, yes.
Okay, but you do also...
Our expertise in providing the companies and making them healthy.
Okay, and you recommend the right technology, you implement, you walk them through to make sure
the
they're
management,
successful.
Implementation, yes, all those end-to-end supply chain.
Okay. Let's talk about marketing. Okay, that's your domain expertise there, and I know you had your own agency before in Brazil, so
Correct.
You have a wealth of experience. But Bristol has been more like a traditional company that is now a lot more modernized because of the expertise you brought to the table.
Yeah, so we are over 20-year company, and I'm very, very glad that I was brought in and they're so open, right? So we could do that transformation. We do transformation for our customers, and I was also able to do a transformation to the business.
Oh, right.
So yeah, so it's revamping their image, right? And changing quite a few things. So we're more modern or so, up to date.
Yeah, so one of the pain points I hear a lot, and I'm sure the audience must also relate to this, is often there's a silo operation between what marketing's doing and what sales is doing. And some companies are able to make that alignment. So you've done that for Bristlecone too, right?
Yes, it's always something they have to work on. But yes, I'm very proud of that, and I think we're on a good path. So it's that go-to-market strategy and aligning marketing with sales and the practice leads, the teams. And so building rapport with sales is very important, because then you'll be on top of their mind. And then showing them what marketing can do. I think that's very helpful. Working on a plan, a strategy for them to use throughout that year. So that's also very helpful. And we did that by showing them how we can help on all that stages, the funnel, right? To attract the lead, to convert, and help them when there is a conversion, how we can help them
to build trust.
To build trust. right, with the lead and have everything ready, because it's hard. Sometimes you're too reactive. So we think ahead, and we have all the elements, and they see the value on that.
Like one of the assets that you were able to do is to create video interviews with some of the CXOs and VPs from these supply chain companies.
Correct. Yeah. So C-Level, we have an event. It's called Pulse at MIT, and we have that event every year. It's a small event because we want just to the C-level in supply chain management to connect and talk about their issue. I don't think they didn't have before a platform so they could go into and hey, talk. It's usually that's huge conference, then you're just hearing, but you cannot network.
Intimate.
So it's more intimate. We present them with the latest, what's in innovation. We talk about the supply chain. We invite customers to present case studies, and they get to network.
And how does MIT get involved in this?
So we have a great relationship by our parent company, which is Mahindra, and we have a good relationship with MIT, and we leverage MIT to come with what's the latest, what they're doing, and some startups as well, and we bring into the events.
Okay, excellent. So that's coming up in September, right?
That's coming up September 9 to 11 at MIT in Cambridge. I hope you'll be there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to be there.
Live invitation.
So you're expecting 120 CXO
yes, so it's usually, like I said before, we want it to be small, so between 100 and 120, no more than that.
Okay.
It's by invitation only.
Okay.
So just a few customers or prospects.
Excellent. Well, thank you for inviting me, and thank you for being on the show to share about the anti-fragility concept. I've not heard of that before.
Yeah, and we talk at the event, we also talk more about that. So that concept is being brought up.
Thank you, Giselle, for being on the show.
Thank you, Jessica.
There you have it. Take it up with Jessica Lee, Giselle Lopes from Bristlecone.
Thank you.